Sergeant Hoving, thank you for giving us this inside look at the goings-on at the police department. And you and some of your team have a very special role of communicating regularly to the broader community. Could you tell us a little bit about that role and how you are involved in that?
Yes, actually myself and Officer Scott Butler are involved in the Support Services Division. So part of that is the community policing and outreach programs. So basically what that involves is we do a lot of different programs such as the Citizens Police Academy. We'll do Coffee with the Cop events. We do a lot of face-to-face interaction with residents of the community. So also Officer Butler is our danger officer. Danger is pretty much known as the DARE program in the past. So he does a lot of outreach to the school kids and whatnot.
Why are programs like that important from the perspective of the police or the perspective of the community, do you think?
Well, basically in the past, a lot of what you had were, crime fighting was the sole responsibility of the police department. It was what they thought was important. So the idea of the community policing program is to basically have more face-to-face interaction with the community and residents and hear from them and what problems are in their community. Whether it's a crime problem, fear of crime, whether it could be a disorder problem, maybe a vacant house that looks a little dilapidated. It's a whole slew of problems that we want to hear about and try working with the resident and the community to try fixing those problems together in a partnership versus in the past where it was pretty much just the police department deciding what was important.
So when a resident calls in, let's say, with one of those concerns to the police department, are those calls normally referred to you and the other sergeant?
Well, pretty much the town is divided up into 4 sections or 4 groups. Each group is assigned a supervisor and he has 2 officers which are responsible. They do 4 quarterly meetings every year, so where they speak with those 3 individuals and they talk about the problems or whatnot. It's also a person who they can call about any questions or any concerns. That supervisor and 2 officers will work on coming up with a solution. Naturally, if there's something that they might need more resources or something, they will contact me and I will work with them trying to help out and alleviating the problem.
You mentioned, I almost feel like I'm getting an inside education here as well. You mentioned the Citizens Academy that began a few weeks back. How is that going and what kind of participation have you had recently?
It's going well. Right now we have 17 members involved in this academy. It's an 11-week course.
And these are just local residents who signed up for being a part of the course, yeah?
Exactly. So like I said, for 11 weeks every Monday, they're coming here for 2.5 hours, learning about different programs, different functions of the police, some of the different things we have to consider in the course of our action. They'll get some criminal law, some search and seizure, they'll get some probable cause, some use of force topics and stuff that we'll discuss in the program.
One of the last times we were here, you were discussing the launch of a new emphasis on neighborhood groups or neighborhood watch. Could you explain what's happening with that and has it been launched? What is the police department's effort in that regard?
Sure, we've done it for about 2 years now. Like I said, basically there's 4 different watch groups. Each one's assigned a supervisor and 2 officers which they communicate with. Basically once or 4 times a year, once quarterly, they'll meet with their group. So, and they'll discuss different things, different problems in the community or whatnot. So.
And pardon me, when you say with your group, are you talking about the police officer group or are you talking about the group of people in that particular area that are interested?
Yes.
Could you explain that a little bit?
Yes, basically each watch group has a different boundary and whatnot. So those residents who ever want to participate can come, meet with those 3 officers, and it's a very informal meeting, so where they can discuss anything on their mind. The supervisor or his officers might discuss different crime trends in the area. He might discuss ways to protect themselves, such as, I know in the past we've done like senior citizen crimes and whatnot and told them what to look out for. So,
how do I get involved if I haven't heard about this before and I'm not even sure what my neighborhood watch group is? How might I get involved in that? Where would I find the information?
Well, basically, residents can call me and I can refer them to the particular group that they're assigned to or that they would be assigned to or boundaries. Or they can also go to our Lansing Police Department website, Village of Lansing, and then just go to Police Department. And on there, there's a map that'll tell residents what a particular group they are and who the team leader is and officers assigned to that particular group.
And when you say by group, that's what, like a geographical boundary area that they're a part of that group?
Yes, correct. So basically, beat 1 is south of I-80 and west of Torrance Avenue. Beat 2 is east of Burnham Avenue and south of 186. Beat 3 is anything north of I-80. And beat 4 is anything in between I-80 to 186 and Torrance to Burnham Avenue.
When you describe these areas, is this just one more way for the police department to kind of keep tabs on what's going on in my neighborhood, or is this truly an opportunity for the neighborhood to gain more, let's say, communication or relationships with the police department?
It's both. I mean, naturally, we want to keep tabs on what's going on. I mean, in any particular block, I mean, obviously, we're relying on those residents to tell us what's going on. So we do rely on getting information, what's important to our residents, and try correcting that and working in coordination with them. Also, it is another way to get people getting used to talking to us, face-to-face interaction. Like I said before, in the past, yeah, a lot of times you only relied on a police officer, you know, if it was a traffic stop or if you had a problem or something. This gets people more used to just talking to us on a daily basis. So we're encouraging our officers to go out there, talk to residents on the street or in the stores or whatnot, get people used to having that more personal relationship.
And you said that this has been back in focus or operation for the past couple of years. How's it going?
It seems to be going well. We seem to have a lot of support in the community. A lot of residents seem very positive and have a lot of good things to say about what we're doing. We're trying to outreach and talk to our residents and communicate with them more on a personal level.
On a personal level, what do you want to say to me as a resident of Lansing in terms of being better eyes or ears, or what kind of suggestions or tips do you have for me and for my neighborhood?
Well, a lot of times when we tell our residents, one of the main things with the community watch or with the neighborhood watch program is to be the eyes and ears of the police, okay? Keep out for your neighbors. In this day and age, a lot of times there are, you know, both household members might be working, kids are in school, so there might be a lot of houses that are empty. So we like to have the neighbors keep an eye out in the community. If they find something suspicious, please give us a call right away and report it. Let us know. So, and get used to just being able to communicate with us, give us a good description, and you know, just stay in contact with us, basically.
Do you have any other events happening that the community might become engaged in, like the old police night out and stuff like that coming up?
Yes, actually in May we're probably going to have our third Coffee with a Cop. Basically what that is we'll have different vendors. I've done one at McDonald's, one at Dunkin' Donuts already. Basically we pick a date, we'll be there for 2 hours. The business has donated coffee in the past, so basically residents can sit down, have a cup of coffee with us and discuss anything that they want.
That doesn't include a donut? Isn't it supposed to include donuts if you're with the cops?
Yeah, donuts is another story, so sometimes maybe, but But a lot of times the community, the residents can come and talk about anything, whether it be a problem in the community or they can come and just talk about the weather if they like. So some of the things we've had before is I've talked to a landlord before about a problem he had with his tenants. I know we had another resident that was having a problem parking last year, and we were able to get her handicap sign in front of her residence. So there's a lot of different things that might come out in those meetings. So, but most importantly, we just want people, once again, to come out, have that face-to-face interaction, get used to talking to us on a personal level.
And you will be publicizing those dates sometime soon?
Yes. Usually we publicize them in the newspaper. They'll be on the village website as far as when that's coming out. And Channel 4. Channel 4 has been very good with advertising those type of things.
So Coffee with a Cop sounds great. What about the old night out that used to be a popular event here in Lansing? Is that coming back?
National Night Out, we are planning on trying that again this year, so that's another one of those programs that we haven't done in probably 5 or 6 years. So I believe this year it's August 4th, if I'm not mistaken, on that Tuesday. Still have to come up with where it's going to be and whatnot, but we are definitely planning on doing that for this year. A lot of times what that is pretty much we'll get together some vendors, we'll have some giveaways, like maybe some gun locks or something, since that's something that's changed in the law. We'll probably maybe talk to the music college about maybe having a presentation there or singing. Might have some jumpies and stuff for the kids, and basically it just gives a chance for the community to come out once again and socialize with us and have more of that personal face-to-face interaction.
Do you look for volunteers to help put on a night like that, or is that all done by the staff and the officers?
Well, right now this is once again my first one. I mean, any volunteers would naturally be more than welcome. So, but as far as needs or demands right now, like I said, I haven't done one yet, so that's going to be something to see exactly how much we do need.
Well, Sergeant Hoving, thank you very much for this inside look at both the police department and Lansing. Maybe come back and have another chat with you in a few months and see how things are going.
Most definitely.